Your words may be creating life or death. Which choice are you making? Often we underestimate the power of words, but the truth is, each sentence that leaves our lips carries transformative force. In Proverbs, Solomon warns us, life and death are in the power of the tongue, but do we truly grasp what this means? Perhaps it's time to reflect on how our speech is shaping not just our lives, but also those around us. Imagine each word as a planted seed. Over time, this seed can grow into a fruitful tree or a poisonous plant, depending on how it's nurtured. Words repeated become beliefs, and these beliefs eventually define our actions and emotions. What are you cultivating with your speech? Are we fully aware of the profound impact a single sentence can have on our world? In daily life, we tend to value physical actions over spoken words. But Solomon reminds us that the tongue is a powerful weapon. A word spoken in anger can leave deep scars, while a word of encouragement can build bridges that last generations. And while actions are indeed important, it is words that often shape our worldview and relationships. Today, science begins to validate what the Bible taught us thousands of years ago. Studies show that the words we choose impact our emotional and physical well-being in surprising ways. But before we dive into the connection between speech and health, take a pause and reflect. Are you using your words to create life or death? This profound question invites us to examine every sentence and reconsider the true power of language. With this in mind, let's begin a journey to understand the impact of speech. We'll explore what biblical wisdom, neuroscience, and psychology reveal about this power. And if we hold the power to choose between words that create life and words that lead to death, may we always choose life. Solomon, considered one of the wisest men of all time, left a rich legacy of advice and warnings about life and human behavior. His writings in Proverbs invite us to reflect on how words shape our reality. A gentle tongue is a tree of life, but a deceitful tongue crushes the spirit. Proverbs 15:4. These words reveal that Solomon understood how what we say affects both our spirit and the spirit of those who hear us. The Proverbs were written in a time when words held absolute value. In the ancient world, oral communication was the main way to transmit knowledge, culture, and faith. Without digital media or permanent records, words meant everything. Every phrase spoken could unite or separate, build trust or create walls. This is why the power of words was highly respected. Solomon recognized this, and his advice echoes through time, reminding us of the responsibility to choose every word carefully. Besides warning about the power of speech, the Proverbs also encourage using words for good. In Proverbs 16:24 we read, "Pleasant words are like a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones." This verse reveals the healing potential that words can have. Solomon knew that language has the power to soothe pain, calm hearts, and strengthen others. He advises us to speak with kindness and truth, for these words not only benefit the listener, but also reflect positively on the speaker. But how does this ancient wisdom apply today? We live in a fast-paced world where words are often spoken without thought. Proverbs challenges us to slow down, to think before we speak, and to understand that every word has weight and consequence. Solomon, with his deep insight into human nature, viewed the tongue as a key to life or destruction. In our modern world, that key still rests in our hands. As we explore the power of language through the lens of science, it's fascinating to see how these ancient teachings already hinted at truths that neuroscience and modern psychology are only beginning to confirm. With this solid foundation of wisdom, let us move forward to understand how our words scientifically create or destroy realities. What Solomon revealed in Proverbs, modern neuroscience now confirms. Words have a real power over the brain and emotions. Researchers have discovered that hearing positive or negative words activates different areas of the brain, impacting our mental and physical state. Positive words stimulate the limbic system, the area associated with pleasure and well-being, while negative words activate the amygdala, triggering fear and stress responses. This influence of words on the brain becomes even more significant when we consider neural plasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and reorganize. When we repeat negative words, we create neural patterns that make our worldview more pessimistic. These neural networks grow stronger with constant use, making it harder to shift perspectives. However, the reverse is also true. Repeating words of encouragement and hope can build neural pathways that favor a positive, resilient outlook. Another fascinating aspect is how words affect the body's chemistry. Studies show that words filled with empathy and affection help release oxytocin, the well-being hormone, which reduces anxiety and strengthens social bonds. On the other hand, words of anger or judgment raise cortisol levels, the stress hormone which, over time, can lead to health issues like high blood pressure and emotional imbalances. These scientific discoveries help explain the powerful impact of words, not only on those who hear them, but also on those who speak them. By understanding this connection between language and neuroscience, we realize that words are not just sound, they carry energy and shape our reality. So when Solomon urges us to choose our words wisely, he's giving practical advice that science now validates. With this understanding, we begin to see how words can serve as tools of healing or destruction. And that's exactly what we will explore in the next chapter, as we delve into the psychological influence of words on our behavior and relationships. The words we choose daily affect not only the brain, but also shape our identity and relationships. In psychology, it's understood that language reflects and reinforces the way we see ourselves and others. If a person constantly criticizes themselves, they internalize this negative language, developing low self-esteem and a sense of inadequacy. This process, known as self-talk, profoundly influences how we react to challenges and connect with others. Psychology shows that words can build or break our confidence. For example, when we receive sincere praise, our self-esteem is strengthened and we feel more capable of facing challenges. On the other hand, repeated destructive criticism can leave emotional scars. These wounds from words are often harder to heal than physical ones. This is because language is tied to our sense of self-worth, and the way we speak or hear words impacts our self-perception. Words also directly affect how we interact with others. Studies in social psychology indicate that people who use positive and encouraging language tend to have healthier, more satisfying relationships. Conversely, communication based on negativity fosters distrust and resentment. Every interaction, therefore, becomes an opportunity to build bridges or walls. Choosing words thoughtfully can turn conflicts into reconciliations and uncertainty into security. Understanding these impacts makes it clear why Solomon, in his wisdom, emphasized the power of words in shaping the spirit. Modern psychology validates this ancient teaching, showing that language is a powerful force that influences our behavior, self-esteem, and relationships. This knowledge gives us a chance to reflect. Are we using words to empower ourselves and strengthen others? With this insight, we move to the next chapter, where we will explore real-life stories of transformation through the conscious use of words. To illustrate the power of words, real-life stories show how a change in language can transform lives. Imagine someone who grew up surrounded by criticism and negativity. As they grow older, they carry intense self-criticism and limiting beliefs about their abilities. But when they begin to hear words of encouragement and acceptance, they start a journey of self-confidence. This new language allows them to overcome challenges and redefine their sense of self-worth. Another powerful example is of people who, after receiving challenging medical diagnoses, hear words of encouragement from family and friends. Many report that these positive words help them face their treatment with greater strength and hope. The presence of people offering supportive and optimistic words proved crucial for the success of their healing process. This experience reinforces how words of faith and hope can revitalize someone emotionally and even physically. Stories like these reveal that encouraging words have the power to rescue those in crisis, restoring their vision of the future. When someone hears that they are capable, worthy, and strong, this triggers an internal process of self-valuation. It's as if the words are seeds that, when watered, grow into a renewed sense of self. Science shows that this happens because these positive words activate neural networks linked to resilience, creating a new emotional foundation. These transformation stories remind us that we can not only build a better reality for ourselves, but also for those around us. Each word is a chance to offer life, hope, and renewal. May the example of these people inspire us to care more attentively for what we say, planting seeds of life and perseverance. Later in this video, we will explore practical ways to apply this change, with a simple challenge to cultivate positive and transformative speech in our daily lives. Now that we understand the impact of words, let's turn this knowledge into practice. I propose a simple 7-day challenge. For 1 week, observe and transform each negative phrase into a positive one. This exercise will help you develop an awareness of the power of your words and cultivate a more encouraging language. It may seem easy, but transforming a habit requires focus and dedication. The first step is observation. Throughout the day, note down any negative thoughts or phrases, especially those involving self-criticism or judgment of others. In the evening, review your notes and turn each phrase into a positive version. For example, replace "I never get this right" with "I'm still learning and I'm trying harder every day." This exercise also includes using positive affirmations in the morning. Upon waking, choose 3 phrases that inspire a productive and fulfilling day, such as "Today I will give my best," or "I am prepared for today's challenges." These words create a foundation for optimism, helping you face the day with more confidence and calm. To reinforce this effect, share these words with someone else. Spoken words have even more power when shared, and encouraging others to use positive language amplifies the impact of this exercise. After all, inspiring others to cultivate transformative language creates a cycle of encouragement and hope, something that multiplies the effect of words. Later in this video, we'll conclude our journey by reflecting on how this daily practice of observing, transforming, and sharing words can make us agents of change. We have reached the end of this journey on the power of words. We have seen how Solomon's wisdom, written thousands of years ago, remains relevant and is validated by modern science. Neuroscience and psychology reveal that the words we choose can shape our brains, influence our emotions, and affect our physical health. What Solomon described as life and death in the tongue is today confirmed in laboratories and clinical studies. When we consciously choose our words, we impact our environment and, more profoundly, transform ourselves. Every word we speak is a seed we plant, whether in ourselves or those who hear us. The practice of selecting words that promote life and well-being is not just a positive habit, it is a responsibility. With our words, we are shaping the world and leaving an emotional legacy. Let us remember that the tongue has the power to build or destroy, to create bridges or walls. This choice is in our hands daily. By applying what we have learned here, we not only become more aware, but also move closer to a better version of ourselves. With words that heal, strengthen, and inspire, we become agents of peace and hope. As we close this video, the invitation is simple. Choose life with every word. Inspire those around you, and let your words be tools of light and transformation. May your words, as Solomon's wisdom taught us, be a true tree of life,